Hi, David here with Futures Trading. I want to go ahead and make this update for you. So I put the alert out this morning on the channel. All right. So I didn't put it on Twitter and all of that. I just uploaded it to YouTube for you guys. I hope in this video you watched this one from yesterday because I actually did it for just the social networks. I did it for Twitter and I didn't put it on YouTube. So today I flipped it. I put it here first and didn't put it on Twitter. So hopefully you are able to check this information out because there was still something left there for the move up overnight. So here's the video that I made. Price was right roughly right here in the video. It was right here, then it pushed down. So that's what it looked like. So now let's take a look at this information kind of side by side. It's 9:30, so let's take a look at this information side by side. All right, so I'm just kind of slide this over here just a bit. And so in the video that I shot, Price was actually here, but after the video, I snapped the picture because I needed to upload a picture for the actual cover. So Price ended up moving down. You can kind of see in the picture here, Price was here at the top of the zone, kind of right here. They pushed up and then they turned down. And so that's what we had did. Now let's pick this apart. All right. I know it's 9:30 and got a couple things I'm gonna show you. So here's the leg removal, the two leg removal. They went down, pushed up. Now you need them to go down again to break that pivot. All right. And then that would be your second leg. They was able to, turn around, kind of, hit the mid. Remember, this is the mid. They're testing the mid. All right. And then they went up. Okay. Remove the first leg. Okay. But you cannot remove the second leg. All right. That's really, really important. And then they, of course, made this turn, and that's right there here at the range. And everywhere I put the little bubble, it's kind of like where the range was hit. Otherwise stated, it would say no violation support for the zone. And so they went there, tested the mid on that turn, and then they began to drive themselves down. And so then they did an overshoot here. All right. The no violation support actually came in here over here on the mid test. Now, normally I like the test, of the mid of the reversal bar, the actual green bar going back in the opposite direction. But they can do it in two different ways, clearly, So they tested the mid of that spinning top, if you will, the red bar. I like to just go red, green bars, and there's the mid. So now here they have a no violation resistance, and that's based on what happened here. Okay, and so what I did was I left the zones exactly where they're at, and then I'm gonna walk you through what's happening with them because I didn't want you to watch, the video from before and then watch this one and be like, hey, he changed things. No, I'm gonna leave it exactly like it is, and then I'll tell you why this is a no resistance violation, no violation resistance. So if you're approaching the zone or the level, the price level from below, you will go 25, okay, 25.00, and you will put the stop outside of 35. All right. So 35 would be up here and clearly somewhere right in here. They didn't pass it. All right. And then they turn back down. Now, if want to say, hey, I believe this reversal would work as they approach the 15 here, your stop would have to be outside of the '05 to the tick. Now you can play it however you want. I mean, clearly they went outside by a tick here, and then they, you turned and made the reversal. So one tick is really all it needs to violate the zone, and then it probably will end up back through it. All right, so that's why I say just one tick outside the zone, they shouldn't go through it. They shouldn't. And so, of course, then they ended up turning off of the mid, and I again watched all of this in real time, even participated a bit. They went up back to the mid of the overnight zone. All right, so the overnight zone is back here. There's the zone there. All right, so the overnight zone, they went in and broke that. All right, and so then they came back down during the news. Okay, and this the ugly part. They shot up, they shot up first and then they came down, cleared out this bottom, went back up, and then that's when they stopped in the zone. Now, if you go back and watch the video from this morning, I told you that they would turn from this zone. In this morning's alert, I absolutely said that they would turn from this zone, and this is the target. And so all you would have to do is go back and watch it, and this is the reason why I put this information out, because you can know for yourself all of the content, because I've already released it. And so this can give you a chance to benefit from it before the news. It's just repeatable behavior. That's the only thing I trade. So they turned away from the zone, no violation, all right, after the news. This was during the news. They shot into this area during the news, no violation support, took off, hit this zone, came back down. Now, this is where I did not flip these zones because I wanted you to see the chart as is with the first video I had made. So from this direction coming back down, it will go 55 down to 45. Okay, so 45 even would be there. The low of this red bar, and I'm gonna click on it and let you see it for yourself. The low of the red bar is 45 exactly to the tick. They turned around, and of course, that's when they took off again and started making the move up. So the two leg removal, they got past it clearly. They got past it with the news. They're reversing. That's why the structure side of it is important. So you're looking for the two leg removal, tests of the mid. Uh, Essentially, I'm trying to release information that kind of you could trade as a whole. First, you get the location, the price levels with the location, because the location is the time that it tends to play out quite a bit. Trust me, I've been doing this for many, many years. They have behavior in how they move, and when I say they, the market, the market makers, participants, however you want to describe it, the institutions have movement, okay, and they have to program, of course, the machines and all of that with numbers. And so, time is numbers. Everything on your chart is numbers. The price axis, the axis down at the bottom with the time, everything is numbers. Before there was electronic trading, it was numbers. And so the time window makes sense, over time, and there's some other things, but over time you'll see it makes sense. And then, of course, the price levels. If you combine the two, there should be a level of I guess, consistency there for you to kind of anticipate a trade. And so they drove themselves up almost the target. And of course, they turned around. Now, you just saw for yourself, they raced up into the zone. Now, this is zone one for the first static here. 15. So you will go 15. This is on just a smaller level than the daily. You will go 15. We're taking off one number. We're going 15.00 up to the 25. So the stop would have to be outside of the 25. Okay. And then for the second zone, you will go 25 up to 35. All right. And so when you play the demand side of it, so they just race down here, that would be 55. So you would start here and flip the zone upside down to 45. And so it's kind of like the same thing that happened here. And so they dove down. They haven't hit 55 yet. They may hit it. They dove down into it, but they haven't hit it yet. So they may actually go into it. But that's how you play it. So we had this no violation support here as well when they went outside. Remember, I told you if they go outside the zone, chances are they're going to the next one. They went outside the zone here, okay, and came back down. Now the low of this bar here. Let's see. Let's get the low of this. I want to make sure I got the right one. I don't want to get the wrong one here. Make sure that's okay. Yeah, so that's the absolute low. The low of this one is 83.50. So you would go 85. That's here. You will go 85 down to 75. So 75 would be roughly right about here. And again, it's all in how you want to approach it. If you're not okay with that kind of risk, you have to just gauge the price patterns from that vantage point. And if you did that, because this is also stuff that I release, I just don't have the price pattern signals on the chart, but the high of this bar isn't touching the mid of that bar. So if you're not okay with having your stop outside of 75, let's not just get a close under that bar right there. That's the no close bar for the no touch of the high, the no touch mid signal. The hard stop would be behind this bar. And so what I try to do is I try to give you information that again you can kind of like put together as a whole, where you're getting location, you're getting time, and then of course the price pattern will give you a more of a specific level inside of that area. So if you can't get the static, to be within risk, maybe you use the price patterns that I'm releasing. And it's simple stuff. Everything that I try to put online is not Again, it's not complicated. It's very simple things because that's what the market is, a simple model if you understand what they're doing. And that's the point of giving you the information. So hopefully you're layering in the content that I'm providing you. Now, if you have your own methodology, that's awesome. I hope that some of what I'm telling you can just kind of serve as an added benefit for you. But if you're a new trader, I would strongly suggest to you try not to look so far, away from the left, off to the left, looking so far back other than two legs. Try to condense that information into a specific time window because it can be a challenge. You come to this and you're over analyzing the behavior. So try to get again, just a small window of content. Make sure that the time makes sense, and then get the price levels. And then once you get the price levels, that's when you start layering in the price patterns. And so the price patterns will begin to give you a more of a condensed risk, if you will. So sometimes just depends on the volatility. So there you have it. That's what went on. I'm trying to make sure that I did not overlook anything here. Okay, just looking at the content. I told you that they needed to stay above that price level down at 41. And so I told you they shouldn't get there at 941. Okay, that was important for today's close. That they should go up, and I'll show you my screen, and we'll dive into a couple trades. That's another thing I wanted to do for you. I know this is popular right now on YouTube, so I'm gonna do it for you. Um, we got a let me see here. All right, I already passed one challenge. I actually did this in one day. The passing the challenge, I just had to wait till Friday and they cleared it. So I already got this one funded on Friday and just did a couple dollars this morning. But I'm gonna work on this other one for you right in front of you. This one right here is the one I'm going to work on. Let me grab that really quickly here. All right, so I already did about 500 of it. I don't know if I can get the whole 3,000 in one day like I did that one, but I'm gonna fire off a few trades for you so you can kind of get an idea of what it is that I do and how I'm able to do it. Uh, my stuff is simple. It's not complicated. You don't have anything going on here, but just some simple platform stuff. So we got the order flow dots, trade detection, whatever Ninja Trader got going on. We got that. A little bit of volume here on this chart. That's about it. And you got 1 minute. You can see the little timer right here off to the left. We got the 1 minute, we got the 5 minutes, we got the 15 hourly, and then there's the daily. All right, so that's what you have on that. So hopefully something can set up that'll make sense for me real quick here, so I can kind of fire off a few trades for you. I just stripped down some of the data on this. You don't need all of that data to backdrop to kind of see what's going on. Said in this morning that they're going to go here possibly and pull back, but this is the real target. So and they're not going to make that today, so we don't have to worry about it. But I'm just showing you the daily chart, kind of giving you an update on that as well. So they're pushing into this zone. They is now if they're going to pull back before hitting that target. If they're going to pull back, they're going to do it here. So they're going to do it somewhere in this zone. I can guarantee you that if they plan to pull back. If not, you'll get more of an acceleration up. But I think it's going to come at some point. So we just up 500. Here's the Apex account again. This is all in just entertainment. This is not financial advice in any manner. Just all in entertainment. And I said I would do this for you guys, so I got this going. Passed one challenge last week in one day. Let's see what we can do with this one. Let's just see. I'm gonna fire off a few trades and let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's dive into this. Now, here's one leg. They may not want to pass this one. All right, we're gonna see. But we're gonna trade what's happening right now. Let me do this for just a little while. I believe that they'll go up. They'll go back up. It may just not be right now, but I do believe that they may end up back up. It just may not be right now. If they turn around, that's fine. I got a buy button too. So if it don't go right on the sell side, trust me, I got the buy button ready. I do. I can go up. So we're gonna see if they can take out this first leg. If they try to reverse it here, I totally get it. But we got a downtrend on the the 1 minute. All right. And typically they can go the distance of the trend. Typically. All right. So let me show you that because I don't have I have the micro traded on these charts here because I like the volume of it. Here's the chart here. Let me blow this up. They ran up there to the zone, turned around again. All right. And they have a downtrend. And this is all the stuff that I've been putting online for you. So they typically can go the distance of the trend. All right. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get through that 55. So the 55 here, they supposed to go to 45. Let's just try to get to the top of the range while I'm on here. All right. Let's just try to do that. Using all the content that I've released thus far, we're going to try to do that right now, real time. Forgive me if my computer a bit slow on it because I'm running several different applications. I got this going, these charts. Do forgive me, bunch of charts. But we're gonna try to get down on top of that range at least on top of the range. So that'll be right here at what is that, 50? 50, yeah, 50. So we'll try to get there. And so I've run my micro on these charts here. Matter of fact, let me show you these charts. That's what you probably want to see anyway. This is kind of boring, just looking at that chart. This is the stuff I have, and I put these arrows together, a little pressure thing, kind of got that going on. But it's nothing that you don't need, don't have you have to have. It's nothing that you have to have. I want to make sure we hit that range. I kind of got that on that monitor. But let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna let you see the range when it tagging, and then I'll just get out. All right. So all right. So there's the range. All right. So there's a trade for you. I don't like to trade online because your finances are personal. It's all of, but this is just a passive challenge. So what? I know that the content work. I want you to know that it works. Clearly, if you're using this stuff, you should know it works because this is what I've been doing for many years. And again, I wish you all the best with your trading. I hope this has been definitely beneficial for you this morning. The alert I put out, the information that I've been providing. If you don't mind, please, if you don't mind, hit a like. Let me know that you find the information useful. It's motivation for me to keep putting out content that can help you. I plan on releasing a couple more price patterns as well, probably in the next couple weeks. I want to give you time enough with the information that I've already put out, and so that way you can get acclimate yourself to it and get very much familiar with it and build confidence around it. Now, again, if you're someone that's doing these challenges, this is something I'll tell you because again, this is popular, so I go ahead and do it. If you're doing a challenge and you're starting out and you're not good at the challenge, let's say you're having a hard time, the first thing that I would tell you is go for small targets. Don't go for anything like really big. Go for small targets. The second thing is write down exactly what it is that your gains are. So write down what the requirement is. If they're requiring you, let's say the $3,000, and you make 100, that's fine. Maybe say, okay, I got 75 of their money, I got 25 of mine. Divide it up so you can see yourself getting, I guess, getting paid along the way. So you can begin to think of it as a job on the financial side of it all. Because once you pass the challenge, you're going to need to make sure that you understand that it's not practice. It's because if you're going from demo to live and you're trading live, you have to know it's just like the paycheck that you was receiving working a job. The taxes come out of your paycheck, social security, all that good stuff come out of your paycheck because they don't trust you with the money to give them the money in the end. So what you have to do is, kind of think of it the same way. Let me divide the money up, on paper. So I'll see this is what they're getting and this is what I'm getting. And that will motivate you. And it's, otherwise, you'll probably, keep having a struggle, if you will, with keeping the account consistent. And so when you separate it mentally, it'll motivate you, it'll stimulate you to, see yourself growing and not just coming up with I guess the 3,000 or whatever, is the requirement for your challenge because you don't have to be with Apex or whatever. Just make sure that you're separating it along the way is the moral of what I'm telling you. Even in the practice account, start separating what you're doing. So if you're making 100 bucks, say, hey, well, 25 of this is mine and write it down. So that way you can see your growth when you pull the trigger. because if you're constantly pulling the trigger and you're just trying to get to this, I guess, this target that they're setting for you, you don't see yourself in the process. And so you want to make sure that you can see yourself in the process as well. And then that'll motivate you to make sense before you take the trade. So if that may be a struggle for someone, and so I want to tell you that if that's not your struggle, great. Maybe it's just some of the information that you're using. Maybe you're relying too heavy on technicals, or you know even sometimes price can trick you. All right, so that's why it takes a confluence of information to kind of get everything to align itself, and then from there, you can get it to work. All right, so if you want to know just some of the stuff that's in the screen, I'll tell you this and then I'll let you go. This is the tick. This is something you can do with your platform. Don't matter what platform you have. You see the little lines on the tick. All it is, the swing indicator. I put 35 period swing on it, and so it'll put the swings on. And all I do is look at it and just see if they can. If you don't have the order flow dots or whatever trade detection dots or whatever, if they can break three of the swings off to the left, that's strength coming from above, and of course, if they can make three, that's strength coming from below, and that's why you want to see if they can break down and break three of them. See, like right here, they dove down, they broke two, but they didn't break that third one. There's a fluctuation back up. And so if you get the turn in the tick and you get three swings down, there's a chance they're trying to, essentially build strength from above. So that's a small little timing technique. Another thing you can do is you can watch the bar and kind of see if it can push three times real fluidly without any oscillation up and down. That'll kind of tell you that and no soon the bar open. That's the key. No soon the bar open. No kind of up and down at all. Just three pushes, really, really immediate. That should definitely indicate that there's some kind of strength there. All right. So if you don't have a lot of, I guess bells and whistles, tools, you don't really need them. But if you want to use what's there, you have three swings off to the left here. They're trying to break that third one, so they came close and then they turned around. All right, so and that was three swings. If the swings are really close, just count it as one, but they need to have a little bit of space in between, kind of like this. If you get a little space in between, and they tend to pull down, you just want to make sure that they do not break that third swing in the back, and then it should push back in the opposite direction. And you can set, if you have the order flow detection dots, you can set the dots to whatever you want it to be. Just kind of throw a filter around it, and that's all I do. I take the stuff that's provided and kind of just build a simple filter around what it is that's there, and see if the response makes sense. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. I'm gonna try to. Here's three swings here, so they maybe get ready to move itself back down. I'm gonna stall out for a second here to see if they can do that for you. This is one, two, that's three up there, so it should turn at three, and they're trying to turn it at three. Let's see if they'll push back down here. And so that's some information there. Now it's just a small fluctuation there. So that's just some information for you. Again, hopefully this has been beneficial for you. I plan on releasing some live trades for you with the PA account. I guess is what it is. I just did some this morning, so it's cool. We'll get to that on another day. I showed you there was some money there. Hopefully, yeah, you get to see the content. I'm not just releasing it. I actually trade this for many, many, many years. I've been an educator for quite some time. This is just another way I'm going about it because I got a schedule and things that prohibits me from having the obligation of sitting here for hours on end trying to train people. So but again, I wish you all the best with your trading. If you would like, leave a message down below. I'll respond back to you. Have any questions about the content or maybe something going on with your trading? You want some advice? I don't mind telling you, all for free. It's fun. All right. So enjoy yourself. Take care.